the fucking mods that people put in
Oh,
Skyrim?
I play with them all, a bunch of mods on my PC.
God.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, oh, I just slightly modded Skyrim, and then
Thomas
next thing
the Tank Engine
you know,
flying by.
you know, it's a guy's like in a World War II and just with
Yeah.
a World War II outfit and a fucking like MP5,
Yeah.
and just like Cocksick runs in, and then instead of there being like some sort of like evil beings or like skeletons, there's Nazi officers shooting back at you,
Yeah.
and you're in Skyrim, and I'm just like, what is going on?
Yeah, I've seen Skyrim mods that have just completely lost the plot. Yeah, where it's just like monsters running around, like all the dragons are Thomas the Tank Engines or Teletubbies flying around, and it's just like, yeah, Skyrim mods are pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh man! Oh my god! We should make a mod and just making it like a communist utopia.
It's just a communist. That's it. It's just things are working.
Before we get to the video, please like, comment, subscribe, share it to that uncle who's a communist. And if he isn't, he will be.
Don't forget to follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/revolutionary rhetoric. And Revolutionary Rhetoric is an affiliate of the Anti-Capitalist Podcast Network.
All right, let's get to the video. All right, welcome. Episode 61.
Welcome back to 61.
Welcome back.
61.
Come to see our beautiful faces in our beautiful palace.
Yeah, Palace?
Palace.
Hey guys, it's been a long time since I've been here. 3 weeks, I think, was the last time we recorded together.
Yes,
you recorded last week with Joe Mayall,
yes.
which was awesome. I always get to.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, super cool. I'm bummed I couldn't be there. You're always on when you get the cool guests. Not that our other guests we've had haven't also
Fucking
been cool.
boring. You gotta step up.
Step
all
up.
the guests that we've had.
Cars and Comrades and Left the Projector and I don't know, Sally Hates Capitalism, all these bullshit guests. It's all about Joe Wrote and the Green and Red podcast. No,
I gotta bring the Green and Red podcast back on though.
Yeah, I listened to that episode back in the edit, obviously, and it was just, it was cool. It was a cool conversation. So thanks all for listening. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for carrying the water canon for when I wasn't there. I was sick, and I think you're adjusting my headphones there. Yeah. Okay. I was sick for a little while. My dog actually died recently. I was just like, I've had and then
my dog died like a month ago as well.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. And then I don't know. It's just been work and school have been crazy, so it's just I had a lot going on these last couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. I swear I swear that we say this like every
we say it every
episode.
week, but like, and I wanted to talk about that too because I was like, is that not a topic of discussion in and of itself of like just how capitalism just keeps you running ragged and you have no free time to like enjoy your life? Like,
I mean, well, that just brings back straight Karl Marx. It's like
right?
The whole point of like technological advances is to allow for the worker to be less burdened and have more time to oneself to go fishing, to go paint, to do whatever the hell you want. You know?
No, it's I have to do laundry and work so that my AI can write poetry and draw. That's
for your AI. Yes.
Yeah, for the AI to do poetry and paint, I have to work and fold laundry. So that's the reality now. Yeah, no, I mean totally. I just feel like, if I have to do something, right? Like if I have to, like today I had to get groceries, and like for like a school event tomorrow, I had to pick up some things for school. So I'm like, I have to run in it. Like I get home, I get off work, I go to the grocery store, I get home, I feed my dogs, let my dogs out, do whatever, and it's like 6:30. Or whatever, and it's just like your day's almost over, especially if you have to get up at like 5:36 the next day. You don't have a ton of time to and that's just life. And I mean, this isn't like this isn't revelatory, like everyone deals with this, but like you shouldn't have to, like you should be able to have free time. And like then because I'm so tired and because I don't have any time on the week, then the weekend is reserved for like I got to catch up on laundry, I got to do all my cleaning, I gotta,
you're not actually
do all the chores. It's basically I'm working just as hard, if not harder, on the weekend than I would during the week because of everything I couldn't get to during the week because of how tired I was.
And you're just stuffing all the things, all the responsibilities you had to.
And then Sunday comes around, and my partner calls it Sunday scaries of like it's just like you got to start this cycle all over again, and just like you don't want to, and that's life until you do that for 30-40 years and then you die. Well, this has been Revolutionary Rhetoric.
I'll see you next week.
See you next week. No, and it just sucks. I mean, like I don't know, I don't have any like masterful insight there. It just sucks, and it's just like I'm just because I recognize it and know it doesn't make me any less a victim of it. And they're like, I can't magically make myself not a victim of it. So it's
and
like
I feel like obviously capitalism is to blame, but there also is that like that culture, that grind culture.
Yeah, America is worse than this than most places too. Like not because like there are other cultures that are still capitalist societies that have more prioritized like rest and mental health and awareness, like, and even like this, like the siesta culture of like Spain and like France, where like, you know, lunches are an hour or 2 hours long or whatever, and like those are little things, but like I mean just that goes a long way for like your mental health. So like they're still capitalist societies and capitalist countries, but like America is by far the worst at this. Like this is a uniquely American like phenomenon of like running people to the bone.
I would say that Japan has it pretty bad.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah,
Japan has it. I've seen those videos where like this is my daily life in Japan. Wakes up at 5 a.m. immediately checks email for work.
Yeah, just grinds all day. Yeah,
and literally grinding all day. He's like lunch is at 12 o'clock. Eat lunch. Back to work until 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
gets off at 7. Goes eats dinner at like some restaurant. Gets home at like 8:30. Sits in his cube, opens up, works until 12 o'clock at night. Yeah. Goes to sleep, sleeps 5 hours, and just repeats. And I'm just like, dude, that is not living. I mean, I'd rather just not live, to be honest. I'm like, I'm not saying I'm suicidal, but god damn it, like I
mean, that's no way to live. No, and what was the stat that like humans, American workers have less free time than like at any point in history? Like than like during the height, feudal peasants in the Middle Ages, or like the height of the French Revolution, like. Americans work more and have fewer vacation hours and vacation days than at any point in human history. Yeah.
But there is a grain of context there, because if you live in like a feudalistic society and you're based upon agriculture, the agricultural
it's a seasonal thing. Sure,
it's only for 6 months of the year, and the other 6 months you're just kicking rocks. Yeah, you know. But at the
I'm not to say that those lives weren't hard, but that was also like but even like they had leisure time. They had like arts and crafts, and like, you know, like. Statistically, they had more leisure time than Americans do today. There's no point in history has anybody worked as hard or worked for as many hours as Americans in the 21st century.
Absolutely.
It's just, which is just mind blowing and like so shitty.
Yeah. And it's not like, oh, I can work 40 and survive. It's like, no. To survive, it's not that they're necessarily forcing me to work 60 hours a week, but to survive and to pay and make sure I pay everything and not go absolutely bankrupt. You got to work 50 to 60 hours a week minimum.
2 jobs,
Two jobs just to survive. So we're not just working because our culture says so. We're working because if we don't eat, we don't pay rent, we don't. You know, it's just fucked up.
Yeah.
It's very toxic. And again, it doesn't help with like there's also this online culture, you know, influencing youngins and people like, well, if you don't have it, you just got to grind harder. You know, the person that's gonna have it all. If you want to succeed in life, you got to dedicate 24 hours. All these sleep.
That shit really like peaked with like the whole Andrew Tate and like the whole drop shipping thing and just like, you know, like having your passive incomes and your side hustles. Yeah, I mean, like Andrew Tate is largely like no longer relevant, thank God. But like that mentality, I just reference him just because like I remember that as like the big reference of like that context of like, you know, constant like the hustle grind culture of like, you know, passive incomes and drop shipping on the side and doing all this random bullshit, which is like all basically scams and pyramid schemes, but like whatever you can to just constantly keep making money and just keep like, you know, keep breaking in.
Absolutely. What's your favorite Andrew Tate
moment? I mean, when he docks himself with a pizza box in Poland or whatever, or Croatia or whatever the fuck that was. Yeah.
You know what my favorite moment was? When he took a video and he's like in like a parking garage and like the top floor. He's like, would you rather like I would rather, you know, be with a woman that's like a 10 but has a penis than be with the man that's like a 1 and has a vagina. He literally said that. He's like
woke Andrew Tate. Hashtag woke Andrew Tate.
So everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? Because he's like, yeah, imagine just like it's, you know, it's a man, it's Hulk Hogan, you know, he's a beefy ass man, but he's got a pussy. It's like, or would you just rather go with like Angelina Jolie but with the dick? He's like, you know, you would go Angelina Jolie with the dick. And I'm just like,
I think Andrew Tate needs to like unpack like his own sexuality for
that's what I'm saying. And I'm just saying, I'm like, you said it, bro. I didn't say anything. What compelled you to make this video?
Yeah, dude, like, I don't know. It's just I like, I know back in the day we were like doing research and stuff. We were watching Andrew Tate videos and like which was fucking awful. But like, you know, it was for like what is essentially my second job doing this. Not that I get paid for it, but for a hobby. And I was watching Andrew Tate videos, and I was like watching, and it was just always like, it's just so fucking bizarre to me because he is objectively unattractive and but like more than just unattractive, like not to like ugly shame people, but he's like dead ass like revolting. He's like fucking, he has like this weird bald head, like he has no neck. He's just a fucking ugly dude. And like, it's just so funny to watch him in like a bathrobe with a cigar and sunglasses and talk about women the way he talks about women, and just like, this guy is who you think is like your savior? This guy? Well, really, guys?
The people
this
that
guy?
are paying attention to this, people that are paying attention to his fucking little shenanigans, those people are just fucking kids, man.
Yeah.
It's like
well, that's the thing too. Yeah,
boy.
It's like he's like brainwashing fucking 14 and 15-year-olds. So it's not like, I don't know. It's just, and so, I remember like I taught 8th grade at like peak Andrew Tate like culture. Like when Andrew Tate was like, like how many Bugattis do you own or whatever the fuck. The kids would ask me that. Kids would ask me that. Kids would ask me that, like, what color? Oh no, what color is your Bugatti? These fucking 8th graders were running around asking me what color is your Bugatti, and I'd be like, what the fuck color is your Bugatti, kid? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, obviously I didn't
who the fuck owns a Bugatti, bro?
Well, that was the whole
fucking investment.
That was like the whole Andrew Tate thing. Is like, you it's a sign of, I don't know why we're talking so much about Andrew Tate, but like Bugatti. It's a sign of like you made it, like, and that's what you could say is like, what color is your Bugatti? And that was like an Andrew Tate like catchphrase or whatever. Yeah, it's like, because that was like a mark of like success was to own a Bugatti.
I don't know. I just saw it as a joke. It was like another Alex Jones to me. I'm like, Alex Jones is not a serious character. This guy is like, to me, he was like an actor. He was playing a role.
I agree with that. Not most of the world, half the world sees it that way. The fucked up part though is that Alex Jones doesn't see it that way, and Andrew Tate doesn't see himself as like a joke, but like, which is, the problem, I guess. Yeah.
The push in the water, turn the frogs gay.
I found an Andrew Tate, or excuse me, an Alex Jones soundboard. There's an Alex Jones soundboard app, dude. Let me pull it up. I sent it to a friend of mine.
We gotta start live streaming and using the soundboards and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I was talking to a coworker of mine, and I was like, I'm sure that exists, right? And like, I didn't know if it did or not, because I was like, I'm sure you could find an Alex Jones. I keep saying Andrew Tate, an Alex Jones soundboard, and I just Googled for like 10 seconds and then found it. Yeah, it's actually my most recent
tab.
No, my most recent message to this coworker. Like,
I think you played it.
Hold on, yeah, I'll play it to the mic. Let's see. Let me find a good one. It's like, dude, there's so many like
oh Alex my god, Jones quotes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a sound. Oh yeah, here's the one that's like pretty popular. Let me turn my volume up. This is the communist one. I think Turn Leftist podcast uses this one.
God, those communists are amazing.
Pretty good.
Yes, Obama is the Antichrist.
Dude.
Leave me alone, you idiot.
So I don't know. I found a.
He said it smells like sulfur.
I found the Alex Jones. Here it is. Here's the best.
You think I am like shocked by it, so I'm up here bashing it because I don't like gay people? I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Crap.
So that's great. Well, I'll put the link to this in the show notes so you can play with it and have some fun with it yourself.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. I need like what I wanted like for a long time.
Hopefully that audio comes through.
Well, you could see.
Yeah,
you could see
I think
that
it's coming through.
For a long time, I had when I was streaming, and I kind of want to get back into streaming. It's just like the time points and shit like that. I wanted to get like a physical soundboard, that you have to your side, and you would press the buttons.
Yeah, just buy like a Go XLR or like a Stream Deck.
Yeah, I wanted to, but it's just like an extra $250, $300 that I didn't have,
Yeah. I have a mini Go XLR. It's nice, but it doesn't have the programmable. No,
I want to programmable hotkeys, man. When somebody comes in, and like drops by and is like hello, and I would just be like, turn the freaking frogs.
Just make that as like, if you stream, make that as like your sub, like, or your dono, like notification.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can.
I think so like how with like bits, you have like bits and on Twitch. I put like the icebreaker. So if you've never been there before, you can go in, and the icebreaker is 1 cent, right? And you can only do it once every day per person.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, let's make this awkward. They're going to be like, oh, icebreaker. They're going to press it and goes, hello, I'm new, or something like that. No, I put the average horse cock is about 17 inches or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
For my Twitch, I always, so I live stream. I don't stream. I project Twitch in my classroom, like when we're doing like just study or whatever. I put on like there's a stream. It's a 24/7 stream of just otters in different zoos. So it's just like cameras on otters. So it's just otters swimming and like otters eating, and it's just like a really peaceful stream. So I'll put that stream on and then mute it, and then just put on like a lo-fi playlist on Spotify or whatever, so that it's just like when it's like just study time or like a homeroom or like whatever, there's just otters on. But every now and again, like if I have my Amazon Prime, like my Prime sub or whatever, I'll like go to a streamer that's like I know is like a safe for work, like a wholesome streamer. I will sub with the Twitch Prime and have asked the Twitch to like in the chat message, have them like shout out my classroom. So like, you know, when my kids are in the class, it'll like the Twitch streamer, if they request it, or whoever the streamer is that they want to have them shout out their own like classroom. So I've done that before, which is fun.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah, we should get into streaming.
Yeah, we should stream.
We should get into streaming and just like one night a week or something like that, where we just watch funny videos and just joke about things, or we just play some games together.
Yeah, speaking of games, I bought an Xbox Series X over my last break. I've been gaming for the first time since like a PS3. I've been playing some video games. Oh my god! Yeah.
Oh my god!
I played Avowed a little bit. It's like a new game. But my partner's been playing a lot of Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, because they're all on Xbox Game Pass, so you can get all these old games. So I've been playing GoldenEye, Spyro, GoldenEye, all the Rareware and Activision games, like Banjo-Kazooie are on it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so a lot of like Nintendo games are on Xbox Game Pass. So I've been playing or at least like the Rareware games. So I've been playing a lot of those old games.
I don't know.
Because I bought a next gen console and I still fucking play games from 2002. So.
I've been playing on my PS4 and I've been just addicted to Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's on Game Pass. Yeah.
I've been put over 200 hours into it now.
Is that the Egyptian one?
No, that's Origins. Yeah. Odyssey is the Greek one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Odysseus. And so that one is just one of my favorite games of all time. But my goal was to beat every single thing in the game.
It's like 100%.
100%. Every single thing in the game. Every single little mini thing. Every
collectible, every side quest.
I am like 95% there.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it's over 200 hours I put in the game now.
The only game I've ever 100%ed are Super Mario World. Gotten every like princess coin, or princess, like the coins of every level, every secret level, every hidden level. And Ocarina of Time, I think, was the last game I 100%ed, which was 30 years ago. So,
oh my god!
Every Skulltula, every heart vial, everything.
Yeah. God, this is gonna be the first game where I did everything. Actually, you know what? Maybe Halo 3. I used to fucking binge. I mean, dude, I was Halo 3. Because I got it in 7th grade for my 13th birthday.
Sure.
Along with an Xbox 360.
Halo 3.
Yeah, and we were just for like hours for like a year and a half. That's all we played. Just the multiplayer mode.
It was Halo 2 for me.
Yeah, Halo 2 was when I was in like 5th grade.
So I would have been in like 8th or 9th grade. Yeah, that was like my prime was Halo 2. We had Halo 2 LAN parties. We'd all bring our Xboxes over and just play Halo 2. Yeah,
absolutely. No, it's so fun. Yeah. But then I really got into Modern Warfare 1 and I played that for.
I've been playing Modern Warfare 2 a lot.
Modern Warfare 2 is great.
They re-released it a couple years ago and it's on Xbox Game Pass. So I downloaded it.
We should play together.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of it. I've been playing Black Ops 6 too, like zombies, which has been fun.
Yeah.
And Warzone too, like the battle royale.
Absolutely.
Version. I don't know. I had a last week. Was our midwinter break, so it was like a second winter break for our kids. We had like Zoom calls all day.
Yeah.
But they ended sometimes they ended like 3 or whatever. So like I found myself with like an hour of free time a day, where I usually have like 10 minutes of free time. So I played like a little bit of Call of Duty here and there. So it was fun. I haven't played Call of Duty I haven't played Call of Duty since Modern Warfare came out on Xbox 360. I think that was like the last like Call of Duty I played. I think maybe the original Black Ops. Or on 360, I think
after Black Ops 2, it just went downhill. Completely downhill.
Yeah.
But Modern Warfare 1,
I didn't even know they were on Black Ops 6. Like, what happened?
They're on Black Ops 6.
Yeah, Black Ops 6 is what I was playing. I was playing the zombie mode in that recently, and I'm like, what happened to Black Ops 3, 4, and 5? Like, what? The fuck? Yeah.
I thought they were on 3. They're on 6.
I think it's 6 currently. And then
I'm getting old.
But there's still only 3. I think there's still only 3 Modern Warfare. So I think the Warfares have turned into war zones, and now it's just like that's their BR, like their Apex or their like Apex PUBG style.
BR is over, man. Battle Royales are over.
I don't know. I like PUBG. I've always been a big PUBG fan, and then also now I'm enjoying Warzone, although I'm not very good. So.
Yeah. No, I played Apex for years. From like
I never got into Apex.
20.
I was always a PUBG guy.
2018. I played from season 0 all the way till season. God, I can't remember because I haven't played in like 6 months to a year. I just don't play anymore because it's got old, man. It's just people are way too sweaty. Like you can't even compete. You can't even fucking.
Do you know
compete.
who Vis is, or like I think Visions or Vis, or like different like TSM players?
No.
They're like professional, like
yeah.
I was playing Apex. The one and only time I've ever played Apex, or like the one day I played Apex. A friend of mine convinced me to play it. We were doing like there was 3 of us when we were playing, and I think it was Vis, who is like he's a pro TSM player. I think he's on TSM. He's on one of the pro like esports teams. Anyway, him and his team just like came through and just like we all 3 of us just like melted. And I wasn't really sure what was happening because that was my first day playing, and I just got killed. And I recognized the name because I like played like PUBG and like I recognized like the esports streamers. And I was like, oh, we just got killed by the sweatiest professionals. So it's just like, oh, cool.
Yeah, because the problem is like if you're not sweaty, you're gonna get absolutely smacked, and then at the end of the day, it's like you quit, and so all the people that are left are the sweaty people, and it's just like it's not fun anymore. Like you try to jump back into play, and it's just like you get.
That's how PUBG feels
smacked.
these days. Like PUBG, like the only because like PUBG was a super hype game when it first came out, so like there was just a lot of like friendly play and like a lot of like casuals.
Yeah.
But nobody plays PUBG anymore except for professionals. Like 20, like the people who stream it full time and professionals are the only people, and Asia, I guess. But like if you're playing on American servers, it's like the sweatiest game in the world because it's like only level 500 pros, and you're like, oh, this isn't fun because like I don't play enough to be that good.
Yeah.
And like that's fine. I mean, I recognize that like some people are gonna say, oh, you're just mad because you're bad. It's like, yeah, actually, sure.
I'm not mad. I'm bad. I'm mad that everybody's real insanely good, and I have nobody to play with.
Yeah, there's no like because like the matchmaking isn't really. There's not enough player base to do like skill based like matchmaking because there's
exactly.
Like, a lobby of PUBG is like it's 100 players, there's 99 players or whatever, but like there's like 82 PUBG players left in like North America, so it's like
what?
Not really, but like it's how it feels. Like the queues are long. It's just like the games are never full, the lobbies are never full because it's just nobody plays PUBG anymore.
Yeah. So what my plan is once I finish this Assassin's Creed Odyssey game completely.
What are you gonna do next?
I'm going to play Red Dead Redemption
2. Yeah.
For the first time. I've never played it.
I haven't played it either, but I feel like I don't know. All of these games that like my students are like, "Oh, play this." I'm like, "Yeah, but like," and then I reached out to a friend of mine who's like a big gamer, and I'm like, I haven't played any video games in the past like 15 years. What should I play? And he's like, "Oh, you should play like Spider-Man, or you should play like Jedi: The Fallen Order, like Star Wars games, whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah, all those games came and went." Like, I think he recommended Red Dead 2, and I'm like, "Yeah, but that game came out like what 5 years ago."
Yeah, but
like I'm just gonna wait for the next like big thing. Like GTA 6 is supposed to come out soon or whatever.
Yeah, but it's so like okay, so Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out in like 2016.
Yeah.
And it's still so good.
Yeah.
Right? And
because that was still the current gen of like consoles, right? That wasn't a last gen console.
Yeah, no, it was the current gen. I'm playing it on the PS4, so technically it's on the last one.
Oh, so it was last gen, okay.
Right? But I have a fucking supercomputer that I play games on, but the problem is like every time for the past from 2019 to 2024, every time I played a game, I was streaming it.
Yeah.
Or video, or I was fucking like recording it, right? And so it's like I didn't have that. Like I just want to relax and play a game, right? And then this was the first game where I started playing a game and not recording in 5 years, right? And so I was like, it felt so nice, and I'm like, I want to go back into streaming, but I want to stream Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah. And I just thought it'd be good because my fiance is like, you should play this game. This game's awesome.
Enjoy it on stream though. Yeah, that's cool.
And just play it whenever
I'd watch your stream. I'd sub to you. I'd give you my Amazon Prime sub. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was thinking we should find a game that we both like and just mess around and talk politics.
Is there a game that's like? Is that possible to do with an Xbox Series X and a PS4?
There's a lot of crossover games. Like Apex, you can do that.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like playing a game like that's so competitive with a controller, I'd be at such a disadvantage.
I play with the controller on the PC.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah. I plug in my controller and play with it. My PS4 controller.
I wonder if I just plug in a mouse and keyboard to my Xbox. Get sweaty. Get sweaty with it. Yeah. Because no, I know like a lot of the Call of Duties are cross-platform, and you can tell that like I think the players on PC have like such an advantage because like their sensitivity can be so much higher, their reactions are so much better because like they're not playing on a clunky controller. And I've been a PC gamer.
You can only like do so many things.
Yeah, right.
With the PC, you got 5 fucking fingers, so you can do 5 things at the same, 10 things at the same time. Really.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But so I don't know. Yeah, but I'll be down. I mean, let's just start a Minecraft server and just invite community people on and just play Minecraft.
I've never played Minecraft.
It's fun. Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be a shooting game or anything competitive. It's just a fun game where we could just mess around. Like, have you remember Gmod?
Yeah, Gary's Mod. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played it, but I've always watched what was his name? V. It starts with a V.
I don't know.
It's like a group of players that are like just basically comedic skits playing games.
Like Achievement Hunter or like Rooster Teeth people?
No, they're literally they play Gmod all the time and they play like hide and seek on it.
Well, that's what we should do with Minecraft. Like Minecraft is basically like, I don't know, it's just like you just have fun and like there's no rules and you just kind of go on and build and create a little community and stuff, and like I don't know, it's fun. I find Minecraft very relaxing and just like hang out and chat.
Yeah,
and
I just have to figure out how to use it. Yeah,
it's pretty simple. I mean, I don't know, maybe we should try that.
Absolutely.
I don't know if Gary's Mod is cross-platform, but I know Minecraft is.
Yeah.
So that might be the play, is to like do Minecraft, because I think it's also like really cheap.
Can't you also play it on the computer?
You can, yeah. It's cross-platform. I think there's 2 different versions. As I understand it, there's like 2 like server statuses that if you like one or the other limits you to what people, I think it's Java based or like whatever the other one's called, like whatever the framework is. I don't know enough about computer science to know what I'm talking about, but like it's like one's it's basis, like one's a Java based thing and one's something else, and if you're Java you have to play with Java, and if you're the other thing you have to play the other thing.
Fair enough.
It's called Bedrock, I think.
I'm not a tech nerd, so I don't know much.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. We'll look into it, but that'd be fun. I mean, I would vote that, because that way, like, I think you can have a public server that people from the community can join your server and like just hang out with you in your world too. So like,
absolutely,
I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
if we it's
talk.
Like, yeah, and just like have people in. I don't think they necessarily have to talk to you, but if anybody wanted to come like hang out in like our little town we build.
Can you speak and they can hear you?
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing online, yeah, if you have a headset, sure.
Well, like if you made,
I think there's like proximity chat, yeah.
If you made a server, the proximity chat.
Yeah, and I think there's also like a text, like a chat feature too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have a mic, I could always just speak in a.
Yeah, I don't know 100% about that aspect of it. Of like if there's like proximity chat, I believe there is. Yeah. But like we can also just play like DayZ, which is like a community like open world game. Like DayZ's fun too, and that's on Xbox Game Pass. So like, I say Xbox Game Pass because they're all free. Like if you pay $20 a month.
I don't have an Xbox though.
Yeah, no, but I know.
I have Xbox One actually.
Yeah.
Actually, but it's kind of fucked up. So.
Well, I think PlayStation has the same thing. It's like PlayStation Plus or whatever, where it's a paid subscription, but you get online.
It's PS4. I barely played. That thing is about to fall apart.
Yeah. I don't know what compelled me. Well, I know my partner wanted to play Left 4 Dead. They were like having a rough time, and they like had good fond memories of playing Left 4 Dead when they were like in like middle school or whatever.
That sounds like fun.
And I was like, well, how can you play Left 4 Dead in 2025? And I was like, well, I was
play zombies.
Well, I was googling. Yeah, I was like maybe like a Call of Duty Zombies or something mode.
Yeah, let's do some zombies. That sounds fun.
So I googled it, and like, Left 4 Dead is still backwards compatible for like the newest. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna buy an Xbox, I'm just gonna buy the newest like Xbox. So I bought the newest Xbox, the Xbox Series X. So I found one used at a store in Shoreline, like up pretty far north actually. I forget what it's called. I'll get to the name. It's a cool store. Voice? It's called Palace something. What is it?
I said Bella's Voice.
No, it's a video game store that's up north.
It's a video game store.
Yeah, it's past that Costco up Aurora. So like way up north Seattle. Anyway, I bought it used, and then I bought a couple games. Stupidly, I bought some games for it too, which I bought Left 4 Dead, and then I bought Overcooked, and then I bought that's right. I bought Modern Warfare 2, a used copy of that, and it was like $40 or whatever. Woo! Yeah, new games are $70 by the way, which fucking sucks. Fuck, yeah,
I mean they all.
Overcooked was like $5, and Left 4 Dead was like $20.
That's why that was wait for Steam to come out with those sales. I bought like a GTA 5. No, I didn't buy GTA 5. I bought Red Dead Redemption 2, Skyrim, the Ultimate Pass. I have Skyrim now too.
Nice.
And like one other game for like $30.
It's a shame Skyrim isn't have any kind of like open world or community.
Yeah.
Or like multiplayer. I mean.
Yeah.
Because that's my favorite game. I've played. I haven't 100% on Skyrim, but I have played Skyrim more than any other game in my life. I've played thousands of hours of Skyrim. I have built everything. I've beaten that game so many times. I've done every class. I have like 5 or 6 copies of Skyrim across.
I got to a point where this guy told me to talk to this guy, but I did a side quest at the same time where this guy told me to talk to that guy. And so
like it shorted it out.
It shorted it out.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, Skyrim is buggy as fuck. So like I
got stuck and I literally couldn't fit.
That's like the meme is that it's one of the buggiest games of all time. But like most Bethesda games, they're released buggy as hell. So like I remember one of my first playthroughs when you're fighting the final boss, it's not the final boss fight. It's like one of the early times when you first fight the dragon. He was flying over the mountain when you're at that college, and he was just stuck. He was just flying forever, and like it was just like he would go and he would like skip, and he was like just flying. And I was like, I tried for days like fix it. Like I was trying like load old saves, but like whatever I was doing, I was thinking that think I was playing on 360 at that time.
That's what I played it on. I played it on the 360.
But I owned it for Switch. I still have a copy for my PC.
I handed it to my best friend's younger brother to play, and then he like broke the disc on accident.
Oh.
And then I never played it again, and that was like 2012.
Yeah.
So it's been like 13 years since I played
they
Skyrim.
just released a couple years ago the 10-year anniversary. They released the Ultimate Edition where it's all DLC.
That's I bought.
Like it has all of the like the community mods and like or all of the community they added new weapons and new quests and everything. Yeah.
Have you seen the fucking mods that people put in?
Skyrim? I play with them all, a bunch of mods on my PC. Yeah.
Somebody's like, I just slightly modded Skyrim, and then
Thomas
next
the Tank Engine flying by.
It's a guy like in a World War II and just with a World War II outfit and a fucking like MP5, and just like cocks it, runs in, and then instead of there being like some sort of like evil beings or like skeletons, there's Nazi officers shooting back at you, and you're in Skyrim, and I'm just like, what is going on?
I've seen Skyrim mods that have just completely lost the plot. Where it's just like monsters running around, like all the dragons are Thomas the Tank Engines or Teletubbies flying around, and it's just like, Skyrim mods are pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh my god. We should make a mod and just making it like a communist utopia.
It's just a communist. That's it. It's just things are working.
Yeah.
Well, one of the subplots in
trying to chase the fascists
in Skyrim is like there's like a revolutionary, like they're trying to overthrow the king. They're like this. They're kind of like monarchists, but I don't want to politicize Skyrim. Well, which is a pretty political game, but like there is like a kind of a
rebels
bent to like rebels versus like the monarch,
up north,
emperor. Well, that like the north of like the Elder Scrolls, was it Tamriel is Skyrim is like, so it's like the Nordic people. Anyway, I don't know. But if I don't know, Elder Scrolls 6 is supposedly, the trailer came out like 6 years ago, so who knows? Supposedly it's coming out soonish. People have been waiting for Elder Scrolls 6 for like 13 years.
It's the same thing as like, oh my god, watch when it comes out before GTA 6. We've got Elder Scrolls 6 before GTA 6. Have you seen all those memes?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Oh my god. So like you'll find comments all the time on TikToks, Instagram Reels or whatever, where something crazy happens where there's like a collaboration between like a Russian oligarch dancing the tango or something. Like we have Russian oligarchs doing the tango before GTA 6. We have this happen before
That's
GTA
the template.
6.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's just like,
well, I haven't played GTA 4 or 5 either. I think Vice City was 3.
No, there's GTA 3. There's GTA 3. There's GTA San Andreas.
Which one was San Andreas?
San Andreas was right after 3. No, it was GTA 3, then GTA Vice City, then GTA San Andreas.
Oh, okay. Then Vice City is the last
GTA
one I played.
4.
I thought 3 was Vice City. Vice City is the last one I played.
I played GTA 3 specifically, and I didn't do the missions or anything. I just drove around killing people and like
that's all. I think that's what most people do. Yeah.
Well, it's a very small map. It's a very small map.
In 3.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't think I played.
It's a very small map.
Yeah.
And then
I loved Vice City. I played a lot of Vice City. I beat that game, but that was the last.
San Andreas was great.
GTA. I never played San Andreas. I liked the way 5 looked, and then I know that was like that 5 was like, what was it?
Dude.
What was the stat where GTA 5 is like the highest selling piece of media in history, where it sold more copies than like any other movie or album or whatever. Like
I didn't know
like
that.
GTA. I think that was this. I think GTA 5 was
I skipped
broke
GTA
a lot of
4
records.
and then I got GTA 5 like 6 months ago and I played for a little bit, but you cannot play it anymore because it's so fucking it's so hacky.
Oh.
You show up and you're just driving and there's other people like
it's all like multiplayer, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. And you'll just show up. He's indestructible. You can't kill him.
Yeah.
And he just one time I remember there's this guy like slowly walking like this. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's hacking. So I punched him. And he just looked at me, and he disappeared.
Yeah,
disappeared.
Just cheaters,
I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm driving down the road, and 5 minutes later, I see him flying next to me, and I'm like, what the fuck?
It's Homelander.
Yeah.
From The Voice.
He stops the car in front of me, and then just rocket launcher, and I go flying, and then I spawn
annoying.
somewhere else. Somewhere else, right? And then I spawn, and he pops up right next to me again, and he just kept killing me for like 20 minutes.
Oh man, you're getting grief, dude. Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a new GTA, I'd play it because like
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'd jump in on that. I'm a gamer now. I'm hip. I'm part of it. I'm not, but
everything is exciting, man. But
yeah.
it looks so realistic. It's kind of like almost like real life.
Well, yeah, because I have a 4K TV, and that's one of the reasons I bought the Series X over the Series S Xbox. Is I guess it has like up to 4K, and also has like a higher hard drive and stuff. So I was like, whatever. And it was only like $50 more used or whatever. So I just bought it, and I was like, oh, like this fucking looks way different than when I last played a video game. I was playing I was playing one of the new Battlefields I downloaded and tried. Because like I said, I pay $20 a month for Game Pass, and it allows me just to download and try like any game I want. Like all these games are free just to play. And so I was playing a game, whatever the new game. There was some new. Yeah, it was one of the new Battlefields. I forget which one it was. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like how beautiful this looks.
Yeah, it's like, crazy.
Because my TV isn't huge. I have like a 65-inch like 4K TV, and I'm playing, and I'm like, oh dude, this is sick. I've been missing out. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, now I get it. Now
my parents were like, why are you still playing video games? You're fucking like whatever. At this point, it was like 26 years old, right? I'm like, they're very good now. They're like, whatever. Yeah. And I remember this is back in like 2017, 2018. My mom walks into my room, and I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey at the time. It's like, oh, what movie are you watching? I'm like, I'm not watching a movie. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm playing a game. She's like, this is a game? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, man. Gone are the days of side-scrolling Mario. Yeah. I know we sound like a bunch of old fucking farts because we're like, have you seen how good video games look these days? Yeah, but I was just like, I mean, I literally hadn't played a video game since like a PS3, I think. Or no, that's not true. I think I played Last of Us. I played Last of Us 2. Yeah. I bought a PlayStation 4, or was that a PlayStation 3? I don't remember which.
I think it's 4.
Just to play Last of Us 2. Yeah. That was the only game I owned for PS4.
Dude, I saw an AI
because I like Last of Us
make GTA 6, but in India.
Yeah.
And it literally looked like GTA. It looked like GTA, and it literally looked like you were in fucking India. And it was like human faces and everything. It wasn't digital. It literally looked like an AI human in GTA 6 India. And everybody was like, "What the fuck is going on? This is crazy! Like, how do you even have enough like I don't know, like RAM or power? Yeah, to like create that. And I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. Like, I'm not a big fan of AI, but like this.
Yeah. That's the thing too, is like I recognize that AI is just bad. Like it's a blanket bad thing. It has only negative connotations. It's terrible for the environment. Like it's god awful for the environment. It's like it's horrible for artists. But there is cool stuff sometimes that it can do, and I think like anything, it can be a tool. And also like not for nothing, but it's here, and like whether or not we like it, it's here, and so. Yeah, no, I think we should have like a larger conversation about AI because, like, I don't know. I feel every time I use AI, like ChatGPT, even for like work or school stuff, I feel bad. Like, not to cheat, but like plagiarize. But I just mean like when I use it to like, I don't know. There's an educator tool where you can enter like if you have a source that you're using or if you find like an article that you like or whatever. There's an it's not ChatGPT. I forget the name of it, but it's like a specific website for like educators where you can add. You drop in, you copy and paste your text or drop the link in for the article, and it tells you the grade level, like the reading level, like the Lexile score of like what this would be appropriate for and how old it'd be appropriate for. So if you're worried that your source is maybe too hard for your 9th graders or whatever, you drop it in and say, yeah, this is about 9th grade, or like, no, this is like 12th grade readings or something, which is like, I don't know, that like that alone is very handy if you're finding like just articles. Nice tool, like, but I mean like, and I think that's fine to use. Things like that. I just, I don't know what that random website, how much power that's generating and how much like waste and like, what are the negative impacts of that? So I always feel guilty. Yeah. It's like anytime I eat at McDonald's, I feel guilty.
Yeah, it's not that I feel guilty, it's that my body feels guilty.
Yeah.
I feel the repercussions afterwards, you know what I mean?
Well, and my partner too, like my spouse, they feel like we're both on the same train of like boycotting Starbucks, right? Like we don't like patron Starbucks.
Yeah, I haven't bought from Starbucks. I think I bought Starbucks once in the past like 10 years.
Yeah, we do our best, but here's the problem is like, and this is something that we've talked about before of like the line between like your morals and your scruples and then the reality and like the material conditions of like your life. Because what I'm talking about for my spouse is that like we don't want to support Starbucks because of their support of genocide, but that's the only place that they get free. They work in a hospital, and so they have like their hospital doesn't have a cafeteria. Their hospital only has a Starbucks, and they get like paid lunch cards to use the Starbucks. So they eat and drink a lot of Starbucks. To be fair, it's free because like the hospital pays for it.
Yeah.
But they like are de facto supporting Starbucks, and like it's like one of those things where it's like, well, it's either like I have to pay for lunch out of my own pocket, or use like the provided meal, stipend that I get, but it has to go to Starbucks. But it's the only place to go to Starbucks. It's actually a fucked up thing too. Like this is that when I went to school, ASU, Arizona State University's West Campus, which was where I went in Phoenix, the only restaurant they have on campus is a Chick-fil-A, which I don't support. Yeah. And I was like trying to like petition college to be like fucking. They had like their own little cafeteria where it was
Yeah.
like, but that food was fucking trash. It was like their like Star Mark or whatever, like, you know, cafeteria, like off-brand shit. Or the only like restaurant they had was a Chick-fil-A, and they had a Starbucks, but this was before the Starbucks boycott.
I've been boycotting Starbucks since 2012.
Oh, I haven't been.
Because
I was heavily patronizing.
Originally, it wasn't even for political. It was because the CEO at the time owned the Seattle Supersonics, and he sold them to Oklahoma.
I remember that.
Yeah, and
from a basketball standpoint, not
and it pissed me off so much because I loved basketball at the time. I stopped watching and playing basketball after that, right? And it pissed me off so much. I'm like, fuck Starbucks, fuck the CEO. I'm not buying from it anymore. And on top of that, when it came out that they were a big supporter of Israel during the initial bombings in 2011 in Gaza.
Oh, okay.
That's when I
see. I wasn't like too politically aware of like that type of stuff.
This happened in 8th grade. I think my 8th grade when they left. Yeah. So I've been boycotting Starbucks since 2008.
A long time hater.
Absolutely, almost 20 years, man. And I'm only 30 years old. So
yeah, but I think we should have that conversation sometimes about like, it would be nice to boycott like McDonald's at all times, but also like you can't really say that for everybody because like people live in food deserts, and sometimes McDonald's is the only like accessible, cheap, and or like quick. Like if you're working retail and you have a 30-minute lunch break and the only game in town is McDonald's, so that you can like reasonably get to and get back to your job in time before you get fired or whatever, then it's like, do you have an obligation to not eat there or then go hungry, or should you eat there and break your, you know, the boycott? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's tough kind of moral questions surrounding like that, and I think that material conditions are what drive your decisions, not like media boycotts, right? Like if you're being like virtue signaled on Instagram to not drink at Starbucks, but that's the only place where you can get lunch, then like obviously you have to eat Starbucks, and you shouldn't feel bad for that, I don't think.
No. There's moments like, for example, at my work we have vending machines, like extensive ones, because we don't really have a chance to leave our work
your campus is like in the middle of nowhere, right? Like, there's not really like a quick lunch.
Well, it's not just that, like just to get out of the area, the work environment, I don't even want to say
be a little cagey here.
Just to get out of the work environment, it takes a second. And so by the time you go to a place to order food and come back, you won't even be able to eat the food. You just put it down, right? And so which
goes back to what we're talking about of like
they provide food for us. So they provide food for us every single day. They make us lunch. Sometimes it's not the greatest, but sometimes it's decent, right? But sometimes you just want to get a coffee because you need caffeine, and there's like all these energy drinks, and like recently I've been trying to toss out energy drinks because like,
you're not doing energy because you were a fucking monster fiend.
Yeah, man. Well, I needed the caffeine, man, because I was working so much. But like I'm trying to do coffee now more than anything, more than like the energy drinks. And the only type of coffee in those vending machines, the 8 varieties are all Starbucks. It's not a single different one. Yeah. Right? They have a monopoly on the coffee industry, basically.
Especially in Seattle, like especially in this area, like because this is like fucking. You like the meme is that like there's a Starbucks on every corner, but like fucking seriously in Seattle, there's a Starbucks on like multiple Starbucks at every intersection.
No, not just that. If you go to a market or like a corner store, all of the ice cold coffees are Starbucks
sourced,
coffees,
and like all the vendors are Starbucks. Yeah, like there's a gas station near my house, and I think I bitched about this gas station before on this podcast. But like fucking sometimes I'll go in there and there's no coffee. Like it's like this like the little coffee maker. He's like brewing coffee, and I'm like, my dude, it's 7:30 in the morning. Like you're a gas station. Like this is the time when people use you for coffee. We're all just here for coffee. Just make more coffee. But like whatever. Anyway, they have like it's a very small gas station. It's just one of those little like cube things. And it's like they have energy drinks and then Starbucks, like the different like glass, the Frappuccino, Starbucks drinks or whatever. And or the can of like the nitro whatever's. So if I want to buy a coffee, if I'm running late for work, it's either don't have coffee and get a migraine or drink a Starbucks coffee.
Or mind you, those coffees are insanely expensive. Yeah, I mean they're
like,
stupid.
Like $4.59 or whatever.
It's like $5 for a can of nitro coffee. Yeah, and I'm sitting there like $5 back in the day, like 10 years ago, was literally lunch. Yeah, your entire lunch.
$5 foot.
I just want a 12-ounce can of cold brew, right? But and so at that point, I decided I'm like, screw all this. I literally bought myself a Keurig. Yeah. And I placed it at work at my cubicle, right? And the Keurig is not only like the pods, but it's also, and I don't really use the pods. It's the the coffee pot along with it. And
do you want to? I have a 4-pack of the reusable ones. I only use the one. Do you want a reusable K-cup?
Oh, I don't use them at all.
Okay,
There's like somebody like I put it in the office, and people bought just a bunch of K-cups, right? And like the reusable ones and like the fancy ones and whatever. I know they're bad for the environment, but it's like,
well, the reusable ones aren't. Yeah. I have just, it's like a plastic and metal like mesh reusable one, and you just load. I just buy like ground coffee or coffee beans that I grind myself, and then I just load my K-cup and just make a single use, because I just have a little single use thing.
Okay,
I like it.
It's cool.
When I have the time in the morning, but I never get up early enough to like do that. I'm usually literally running out of the room.
I feel it,
especially now that cars have been fucking iced over, covered in snow. Like I'm even running late. I'm running later now than ever, because I have to like go out there and de-ice my car, which is a bullshit thing I've never really had to deal before.
Yeah, Mister, I'm from
from fucking the desert. I was like, this winter in particular, I've been like scraping ice off my car like every morning, and I'm just like, this is bullshit. What is this, dude? Yeah, it's been cold here. It's been it was funny because like one of the more recent episodes, you were saying how we were talking about climate change, and you say how there hasn't really been a Seattle freeze yet. Like the freeze hasn't happened. It fucking happened, dude. It was so cold this last month, or like the last month and a half.
But the fact
or
that it took that long, the first freeze is usually like early November, late October.
Yeah.
Like
no, I mean like it shouldn't have happened in late January, early February, whatever.
Like late January.
Yeah, but then it snowed for a week. Yeah.
And it usually snows here just a little bit, like usually like an inch or half an inch or something like that. And late November, right?
Oh yeah.
Or early December, and then it'll snow again in January once, and it'll snow again in February.
Yeah.
February once, and it's usually like an inch, half an inch. Occasionally we get the good 3-4 inches, and I've seen even up to like 6-7 inches, right?
Yeah.
But now it's just like it doesn't snow at all. Or
no, it snowed. We had like 4 snow days in a row 3 weeks ago, I think. Like it was, I don't know if you because you live pretty far north up from what I do.
North.
Yeah, but my car was covered in snow. It was like there's so much snow. There's like still snow like on some of these like the neighborhoods in my the houses in my neighborhood. Yeah, because there's so much snow.
And it's just weird, man. It takes so long. And I do have to say that like back in like I think it's 2010, 2011, I remember in April there was a week of snow, just a whole week of snow. The whole place was covered in snow.
Yeah.
And it was like we didn't go to school for a week. Yeah. Because it was like 7 inches.
School was canceled for us one day, and we had like a 2-hour delayed start every other day because of like ice on the road. So it wasn't that we had a full on school closure. We had one school closure, but it was mostly we didn't start until 10.
Those are the best days, man.
I think,
when you're back in school and it would snow.
Yeah.
And it's like you're Friday, you're like, I don't want to go to school, and you wake up, you open the window, it's just like 3 inches, 4 inches of snow. We're like,
snow day.
No school today. We're like 3 days.
It's also awesome when you're a teacher because you also don't have to go to work.
3-day weekend, man. Yeah. It's great.
It's 3-day weekend coming. Oh, Cesar Chavez Day is the end of March, so there's another 3-day weekend coming up.
That's a day now?
It is for us.
Yeah. Oh, it was never for us. I don't even know who Cesar Chavez is.
The labor leader, the Mexican labor leader.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know who he is now, but no, that was never like an actual day for us. It was just something like we.
Yeah, I don't know if that's not a national holiday, right? It's a Washington holiday though.
Is it now?
Our school's closed for it.
I don't know if
other schools. Maybe I'm doxing myself by saying that, but like if we're the only school that closes that, but I don't think so. I think that's a Seattle public school.
I think it's just a new thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I got out of public school. I got out of public school in like 2012.
Right.
Like my high school.
I think that's like a modern thing because I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was like an old holiday that was repurposed. I don't know. In Arizona, there's something called rodeo weekend where you get a Thursday and a Friday off to go to the rodeo every year. So like that's Arizona kids know what's up with the rodeo weekend days. You get the rodeo days, so you get like it's like a guaranteed. I think it was Thursday, Friday off of school because that's when the rodeo would start. So that was like I think it was based in like it was rooted in the history.
I've never
of
even heard or seen of a rodeo around here.
Yeah, there's probably some rodeos in like Central Washington. Oh, dude,
there's some in Monroe.
I've been getting super hyped for the Renaissance Fair, the Western Washington Ren Fair.
Yeah,
it's supposedly like really good. I've ordered some clothes and I'm like making a costume. So
I made an Erewhon costume for my for Halloween. Mm-hmm. But I think I might try to reuse that.
Repurpose that. Let's go to the Ren Fair, dude. Let's do a live. Let's do an episode from the Ren Fair,
dude. Let's do it.
I don't think they let you bring cameras in.
No?
Like not like that. Not like fucking full on recording equipment.
Come on.
I don't know. We could look into it. Maybe we can call him or something.
Yeah, let's call him. That'd be so great.
just to hang out and just make a little like travel vlog of just you and I hanging out. Because like I really want to go and like
we'll do a Renaissance fair, but we'll dress up like Karl Marx.
Just Karl Marx. The costume I'm building is like a typical like I don't know medieval peasant like just leather jerkin and like pants and I don't know whatever. Dude, we've been talking for 48 minutes and we really haven't mentioned anything political. I mean, we could wrap up with just. I don't know, or we can just not. We can just save it because like the only thing really that's going on is like Trump's bullshit Ukraine deal where he's like siding with Putin, and like he's calling out like they're calling on Zelensky to like offer a bunch of concessions, and everyone's like pissed because it's like, why should they have to offer concessions? They were the ones who invaded, which not for nothing, they're not wrong there.
Yeah.
But like there's a peace deal on the table and everyone's freaking out. And like, yeah, fuck Putin and fuck Trump. So it's like I don't really have anything like positive to say about that. The other big news was the first cabinet meeting was held today, Wednesday the 27th.
Dude, it was a joke.
It was such a joke, and it was like JD Vance didn't talk really. The cabinet members didn't really talk, except for the one cabinet member, like the housing and urban development, or one of the cabinet secretaries. I forget which cabinet.
There was a prayer.
Led the opening prayer. That's what I was saying. That's the only time that guy talked was like to lead the opening prayer.
And then Donald Trump was like, you're very good at that. You've done this before, haven't you? You've done this before. That was very good.
Very good prayer.
Very good prayer.
And then it was just the Elon Musk show, and it's just like if you were under any doubt that like Elon Musk runs the federal government, like what the fuck? This guy kind of solidified it. Yeah. And then the other big news is all of the firings in like federal government employees that are like just like the clusterfuck that's presenting, and like although a judge just halted a lot of these firings, saying that like you can't. There's no constitutional mechanism for like one department to fire a government employee from another department. So like, I think this federal judge is arguing that Elon Musk and the Doge department like have no authority to fire anyone. They have no power. They have no real power to fire anyone from like the Department of the Interior or whatever. So like Congress has to like dissolve an agency, and like that agency has to fire its own people or the president. But like so if it's like somebody in the Department of Education or somebody in, I don't know, the Department of the Interior or whatever, like the Department of the Interior cabinet secretary can't fire somebody from the Department of Education, right?
Yeah, no, that makes complete sense.
So, and what they found is this Doge, although it has a stupid name, there is a government agency. Like there are a bunch of legacy employees. Although it was funny too. Did you see the press secretary of the press conference asking who the administrator for Doge is or whatever, like the actual official like cabinet that Doge falls under or whatever? And because it's not Musk. Musk is not the administrator for Doge. It's some woman named Amy Gleason, I think, that nobody knows who she is.
Then
but it's like,
what the fuck is Musk doing?
Well, because that was the thing. It's like, well, we should add this clip because it's really funny. If we'll find this clip later and put it in.
Okay.
Here. It's the press secretary getting like pressured by a reporter asking like who is in charge of Doge, and she's like Elon Musk. She's like, oh, so Elon Musk is the administrator, and she's like, no, Elon Musk is just like a special government employee. And they're like, so who's the administrator? And then she's like, I'm not going to say that name right now because she didn't know.
Oh my God.
Like the thing is, like, it was very obvious that she didn't know who was in charge of this actual agency. And then 2 hours later, the White House released like a press statement saying that they they pulled the personnel records and they found out who's actually in charge, and it's some random woman named Amy Gleason. I think it's Amy Gleason. Anyway, it's just pretty funny that like even within their own department they're incompetent, which is just so funny. It's just like everything ridiculous. They do is on brand for just total incompetence, and I find that very funny. So anyway, that's
there are a couple of things I want to point out. My fiance's been sending me a lot of like. She's been keeping up very well on the Trump administration, what they're doing.
Yeah, I haven't been. I've been like
she's been doing well. I need to get her on the podcast.
Dude,
to be honest.
let's get her on, man.
Yeah. So the Trump administration. This is from AP News. The Trump administration creates a registry for immigrants who are in the U.S. illegally.
I saw that.
So and she sent that to me, and she's like, I wonder what this sounds like. The Jewish registry.
Sure.
Right. And so the Trump administration is creating a registry for all of those who are illegally, blah blah blah, and those who don't self-report can face fines or prosecution. Everyone who is in the U.S. illegally must register, give fingerprints, and provide an address. Jesus Christ. Here, I'll send you another one. Every day she sends me one that.
Damn, you got your own little like news collector.
Yeah, like literally, like constantly talking about it. The World Health Organization warns of deadly, mysterious disease rapidly spreading in the Congo, and one of the problems.
Well, they just got it the WHO, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and also the USAID.
Yeah.
And so they have no way of containing it, and it's like a kill-death ratio of like 15 to 20%.
Yeah, I mean, and we also talked a lot of, well, we haven't talked about this on the podcast too, but like the CDC has been like severely weakened, and now there's a measles outbreak in Texas, and the first person has died from measles in like 15 or 20 years, or how many decades it's been since anybody's died from measles. The first person just died from measles in Texas, and I think RFK RFK is supposed to go down to Texas to try to like do this, and it's just like you have the most incompetent health and human services director ever trying to like who's like an anti-vax guy to confront this measles outbreak, which is like very easy to solve if you just get the measles the MMR vaccine, the measles mumps rubella vaccine.
Yeah. But
the kid, I think it was a kid or maybe even a baby who died from this was an unvaccinated kid, and like that's the unfortunate reality. Classic. Is like the people who are going to die are going to be like unvaccinated children are going to be one of the demographic groups to suffer. And it's like, how can you then have your health and human services director, RFK, the person who's supposed to be in charge of this, is also an anti-vaxxer guy? So like, what the fuck? Like, obviously there's going to be fucking a measles outbreak in Texas. Like, so I don't know.
That's what happened in Samoa.
Yeah.
But here's a big one that went under everybody's radar. Why did I say that so Slavically? Radar. Okay. So right now there is a bill in the House for South Carolina. It's called the South Carolina Prenatal Equal Protection Act. So with this bill, what they're trying to do with this bill is if you are pregnant and if your child dies, whether it's a miscarriage or an abortion, you will be accounted for murder and you will be executed.
Wow. Even if it's a miscarriage.
They have to prove it's not a miscarriage.
Yeah.
If they can't, there's no way of proving it, then pretty much get executed.
Yeah, I think that's one of those laws that's either not going to pass or get challenged, like in this, like challenged by like it'll get halted.
The fact that they're
trying
to pass
it,
it.
I mean that's fucking terrifying that they're just trying it. But yeah, that's
crazy.
That sounds very South Carolinian.
To execute them?
Yeah. Well, that's what they've been trying to do that for a while. Like I think Arizona, or I forget what state it was. There was some southern or southwestern state that had something that was like, where doctors that performed abortions were, they were seeking the death penalty for any doctors that perform abortions.
Correct. Yeah.
So it was like not the mother, but this was for the doctors that did it.
Yeah.
So like, this is something they floated and like flirted with in the past. But so this isn't super like.
Yeah, but if they do it. But if they end up doing this, I'm like, there will be riots in the streets. You know how many miscarriages happen? You know how often?
My partner is like an OB doctor. Like that happens.
Super common. Yeah. It's super common. I'm like, you're going to execute like 10 women a fucking month. Easy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. There's one more that I want to talk about. It's pretty quick. So they're trying to dismantle the Postal Service, the USPS.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to dismantle it, and they're trying to basically adopt it into the Department of Commerce.
Okay. I don't know what the long-standing implications of that would be.
So, because USPS is its own entity, and it is technically controlled by Trump, but it's not controlled by one of the departments under Trump. It's its own entity that runs and funds itself.
Yeah, there was a Stuff You Should Know episode about this. It's really interesting because it is a public service, but it's like a pseudo-private company. Postal Service is like a weird gray area of like public and private,
because it funds itself.
Yeah.
Right? But what they're trying to do is trying to add it into the Department of Commerce. Yeah. And at that point, they can just fire everybody.
Yeah.
Right. And so if that happens, like, who knows if my mother works in the Postal Service. Yeah. Right. If her pension is going to go away. Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen? And if this does go away, we're going to have privatized mail service.
Yeah, which is awful. And I think it was actually John Oliver's kind of a shit lib, but like I think he did an episode a long time ago about this, and like there was a really good point there, which is like the post office is a public service, so like it's guaranteed to citizens. So like if you have like medicines that if you live in a really rural place it's really hard to get to, there is a post office route and there's a post office worker that will get there. So like if you have life-saving medicine that you need or something that's like, that is your life depends on it, or is like something that's really important to you, you'll get it.
Yeah.
That isn't the case under a privatized system. Correct. Under UPS or FedEx or like whatever private mail carrier service, either it'll be cost prohibitive to like, because like obviously that'll be like a premium to deliver something that's like out of the way, or they won't offer services there. Yeah. But the post office will, and so that's the value of the post office.
I do have to say, recently in the past like year or two, John Oliver has been doing some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I mean he's got like mostly good takes. I watched one where he was like, he came down, it was a Taiwan episode, and he was like pretty like he's anti-China. He's just like, I mean he's a liberal, so like he's a progressive liberal, but he's still a liberal. So so like
he's definitely a lot more progressive.
No, I think he has mostly good takes because it's all of his social commentary is like spot on. All of his social takes are fine. It's just like some of his economic takes are like, because he's pretty anti like communism, so he's just, basically he's just,
I feel like
an anti-communist.
I feel like he could be one of the guys that you could like persuade over into a socialist
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's knowledgeable enough. Like, he's not dumb, right?
100%. Yeah.
And I feel like also there's that fact that like he could lose his job if he does any takes on Taiwan. That's like,
yeah, I mean, like, because he talks a lot of shit about AT&T, like the parent, and Warner Brothers, the parent company that owns like HBO, like but he does it as a joke. Yeah. But like, I don't think he would ever go far enough to actually like take on like Taiwan or say like Taiwan is just China, like, you know what I mean? China, like, oh, you mean China? Yeah, or like. I don't know actually where he stands on Israel either too.
I feel no, he doesn't like Israel.
Yeah,
he doesn't like Israel. I thought at first I thought he was pro-Israel.
I could see him being pro-Israel just for like keeping his job.
No, he's not pro-Israel.
Oh, okay.
No, it actually surprised me too. I feel like secretly he's actually like I wouldn't say a commie, but he's definitely leftist, like a SOCDEM or a democratic socialist.
Yeah,
but he just doesn't say so. But he has some pretty decent takes. Obviously, it's going to be off, especially working in like.
I remember there was just something I saw from him, and I think it was that there was a Taiwan episode, and there was one other episode. I'll try to remember what it was, but it was like I saw it and I was like, oh, that's like a really shit take from him. So I was like, I can never be like a full on like John Oliver fan.
Yeah,
he can have good takes. I respect, sure, if he's like, you know, broken clock is right twice a day or whatever. But like, there was a couple takes. One was about I wish I could remember what the other one was. It was Taiwan, and there was something else that was like pretty like blatantly like anti-left, like, you know what I mean, like kind of a policy or a take that he had, which I was like, oof, that's not. You know, didn't age well. That was fairly recently too, because I used to love John Oliver. Yeah, because like I used to think like, yeah, he had great takes, but there was something, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's wrap this up. We've been going for an hour, and I don't know how long this SD card's gonna last. So
fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Awesome, guys. Well, we're back. Hopefully, we're back to regular weekly uploads. I think we should be.
Yeah, we kind of got to satiate now. We're back to a Thursday.
We're back to a Thursday. We're back to normal. Well, as always, guys, Revolutionary Rhetoric is an affiliate of the Anti-Capitalist Podcast Network. Go ahead and give those guys a shout. The link will be in the description. Follow us on our social medias, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, and for the time being, although I don't think we post on Twitter much, but TikTok's back, so that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I occasionally get on Twitter. If you like retweets there.
Yeah.
If you are listening to this on an audio podcast of any sort, please go ahead and leave us a review. 5-star would be greatly appreciated.
Pretty please.
But any review, and we're happy if you do leave us a review, we will make a Patreon video.
Reading the review.
Absolutely.
Reading the review. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, share, like, comment, but most importantly, subscribe. Those subscriber numbers really help us out, and also sharing it with a friend really helps too.
Dude, help the algorithm out.
Help that algorithm.
I am pretty sure we're blacklisted.
I think we're shadow banned right now on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Our uploads have been like spotty, but not really, not enough to justify this.
No, it's like if we've been uploading 4 times a month for the past couple months, it's been 3 times.
Yeah.
So it's not like that. No,
right.
I'm pretty sure we're banned.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. YouTube doesn't like leftist content or doesn't promote, but like I am subscribed to like only leftist and like liberal like and news organizations and stuff. And I still get like recommended videos by like Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
It's just crazy how fucking hard YouTube tries to shove those down my throat. Like, so like I can't imagine what it's like if you're not a leftist. Like if you're a normie on YouTube, how like it's no wonder that these like fucking teenage boys get red pilled by these guys because like they're just fed the algorithm. Like it's like they don't have to go out of their way to find it. It's given to them.
Absolutely.
Speaking of algorithms and following stuff, we have a Discord and we have a Patreon. So all of the links will be in the description. The Patreon is free. It's just there's like Kanan mentioned, there's just fun stuff over there. We'll read the reviews. We do some outtakes, bloopers, some side stuff, extra stuff. Yeah, that's everything. I think we're happy to be back to a normal schedule. We love you all very much, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Take it easy, guys.
Bye.
Bye.